Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today's video is all about Dale's keto food prep for his low-carb diet. It's time to prep his salads. Dale's not crazy about vegetables, but he'll eat almost any vegetable raw in a salad. Dale's salad is 1.4 grams of net carbs because there's a little bit of carrots in there and a little bit of beets. And normally he has red cabbage, but I'm all out. Now I need to make more clear dye-free gelatin. I'm using the Zevia soda. It's sweetened with Stevia. This sugar-free gelatin, it doesn't have any carbs and it's very low in calories. It's Dale's one free food. I'll eat the gelatin too. I'm allergic to a lot of just traditional artificial sweeteners and things like in regular sugar-free Jello. So this is perfect for me. Typically I'll eat it if I've been working and I'm hot and thirsty. This is a nice cool treat. And I skip the cold liquid part. I just use 2 cans of Zevia soda and I warm them both up. Then I mix in the gelatin. It's just easier that way. I don't do half hot and half cold liquids. We have one more flavor. We have grape. And Zevia makes a huge variety of flavors. You can also add some salt and either citric acid or lemon juice to your gelatin. It will add some net carbs. That's why boxed and pre-made gelatin has a different taste. It has salt and citric acid in it. It gives it a little bit of zing. using pre-made or boxed store-bought sugar-free gelatin compared with making homemade using Zevia. It's a good example of the difference. Now, they're both keto, but the Zevia is going to be healthier because there's less chemicals. But to be honest, you cannot make everything from scratch. You just won't have enough time. So do what's best for you. Don't let perfect get in the way of doing good. Like Dale still drinks Diet Dr. Pepper. We've tried to switch him over to Zevia, but he's just not satisfied with that. Dale still drinks Gatorade Zero. The Zero is the sugar-free. And yes, it has added chemicals and artificial colorings. So that means I shouldn't make the Zevia gelatin? No. I don't have to do perfect to do something good for Dale. Dale needs an electrolyte replacement, and there are now many different keto electrolyte powders on the market. And I haven't tried them because I think Dale's been doing this for 7 years now, and there really wasn't much available back then. But the Gatorade's fine. We might try some of these other powders later, but trying out new products, it can get expensive. But anyway, my point is, I still want to make the Zevia gelatin without colorings and chemicals, even though he drinks the Gatorade Zero. It's okay. Don't let perfect block doing good. Now it's time to fry up more chips because we're totally out for Dale's lunch. And remember, these are the tortillas we use. They're like a corn tortilla, 4 grams of net carbs each. I buy them through Amazon, direct from the website sometimes, or through my local co-op. And the local co-op is my best price because they'll give me a discount when I buy in bulk. Dale loves these tortillas and these chips. I make the strips for lunch and the triangles for nachos, and he eats those with his enchiladas. These are the strips, and here are the triangles. After they cool, I'll bag them up. 8 chips is 4 grams of net carbs. Dale has a double serving, so he has 16 chips. So that's 8 grams of net carbs. Now let's prep Dale's Keto Crab Enchiladas, 5.8 grams of net carbs each. Dale's going to eat 2 for each meal, so his are going to be 11.6 grams of net carbs. Some stores will have these tortillas, but most stores won't. Because I had been ordering them in bulk, special order through my local co-op, they started stocking them on their shelves. But they need to be stored in the freezer. They spoil really quickly because they're not full of preservatives. I only had a little bit of sauce in the freezer because I wasn't sure Dale would like it. I based it on a recipe from some shrimp enchiladas he would enjoy at a restaurant in Texas when we would visit with his parents. tried to recreate that specific shrimp sauce that was heavy on cilantro, and he absolutely loves it. So I'm going to be making a few more enchiladas for the next few weeks, but after his liver transplant surgery, he won't eat enchiladas. He won't eat any spicy food. I'm thinking for about a month. He'll mainly eat eggs, things like keto toast, keto cereal, and keto baked goods. I'll make a separate video or videos on making all of those recipes. While those enchiladas are cooking, let's prep Dale's keto mini marshmallows. They're for his keto hot chocolate. We use the brand Choc Zero. But I limit him to only 5 mini marshmallows, which is 0.2 grams of net carbs. But test your blood sugar anytime you try a new keto product that's sugar-free, because people respond differently to different keto sweeteners. I'm going to put this back in the chest freezer, and I'll put the containers in the kitchen freezer. We don't leave these on the shelf to tempt us. There's 270 mini marshmallows in one box. They'll last Dale quite a while. These do melt like real marshmallows. But remember, these are basically a dessert. They're a non-nutritious food. And you want to use small portions of them, and they need to be a limited part of your keto and low-carb diet. So one enchilada is 5.8 grams of net carbs. And for Dale, he's having 2, which will be 11.6 grams of net carbs. He'll have these on Monday for dinner. I'm going to let these cool and then freeze them. And normally I don't add the cheese before I freeze them. Now I need to wash all these dishes. I'm going to watch the birds at the same time. Now let's prep Dale some keto flour tortillas. 4.9 grams of net carbs each. I used to make these all the time. These were the only tortillas that he used to eat. That was before we discovered the Maria and Ricardo's almond flour keto tortillas, and before I developed a coconut flour tortilla recipe, which Dale prefers more than these. But I'm making this because I want to show you how to use them to make burritos, and this is the best dough if you're going to use them to make flour tortilla enchiladas, because it's best used before you cook it. And I'm also going to use them to make crab quesadillas. Now I've changed the recipe a little bit because I want them lower in net carbs. I want to be able to make the crab quesadilla to only be 10 grams of net carbs for the finished product. So I want to develop a recipe that's lower in carbs than they used to be. They're nice and flexible, and I think they have a wheat smell. That's the apple cider vinegar fooling my keto brain. Last, I'm going to make Dale's crab quesadilla. I'm going to use 2 keto flour tortillas, which are in the freezer, and I'm going to put butter on both sides. Now, if I'm doing this ahead of time, I want to lay those on parchment paper if I'm going to freeze it so the butter doesn't stick. I'm going to put 1 ounce of crab meat and 1 to 2 ounces of cheese, and I'm going to grill that. So you can make these ahead of time and stack them between parchment papers. And then peel the parchment paper off frozen so the butter doesn't stick. You can add ground cumin or a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, but all of those are going to increase the net carb count. Altogether, 1 quesadilla with 2 tortillas is going to have 10 grams of net carbs. If you want less net carbs, cut it in half. And that's Dale's keto food prep for the week. Thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.